It's time for our daily dose of cope. And we have the Honorable Reverend Leroy Leopard at the news anchor's desk today for the Leopard's News Network. So many different stories to get to, so many faces being eaten. Let's jump right into it. I've talked about Florida before, but I'm going to talk about it again. I remember, I think it was 2 summers ago when they were doing their immigration crackdown with how they're supposed to report immigrants as far as paying them or whatever. And they ran a bunch of immigrants out. And this was wild because we know that they're the ones that are out there picking the crops, working in construction, working on the roads and that kind of thing. So we were like, this is going to be bad. It was going to be bad for tourism as well. But still, they pushed through. We have this Republican governor, supported Trump, wanted to be president as well, came down hard. So now they've pushed all these people away. They've cracked down on immigration and on illegal immigrants, undocumented immigrants. And now what are they going to do? They're going to lower the restrictions for children to work and try to fill in those roles because they need the labor. Beneath the smugness of Ron DeSantis at Florida leading the nation in immigration enforcement lies something of a conundrum: how to fill the essential jobs of the scores of immigrant workers targeted for deportation. The answer, according to Florida lawmakers, is the state's school children who, as young as 14, could soon be allowed to work overnight shifts without a break, even on school nights. A bill that progressed this week through the Republican-dominated state Senate seeks to remove numerous existing protections for teenage workers and allow them, in Florida's governor's words, to step into the shoes of immigrants who supplies Florida's tourism and agricultural industries with dirt cheap labor. What's wrong with expecting our young people to be working part-time now? That's how it used to be when I was growing up, DeSatan said at an immigration forum with Donald Trump's border czar Tom Homan in Sarasota last week. Why do we say we need to import foreigners, even import them illegally? When teenagers used to work at these resorts, college students should be doing all this stuff. The people that voted red, the people that voted for these people that are now going to exploit or want to exploit children labor, I'm really trying to figure out what the hell they expected as they pushed away their labor force. They, like, literally everybody was telling you, who do you think works construction, who works on the roads, who picks the agriculture, who works in the tourism. Florida is tourism, and they did this to themselves. And I am literally, this is leopards are feasting. Unsurprisingly, the proposal has alarmed immigration advocates and watchdog groups concerned about child labor abuses and exploitation. They point out there is nothing part-time in the language of the companion Senate and House bills currently before lawmakers, which instead will permit unlimited working hours without breaks for 14 and 15-year-olds who are schooled at home or online, and allow employers to require 16 and 17-year-olds to work more than 6 days in a row. Now we have Ava. Ava is writing a Dear Don letter. She says, Mr. Trump, I voted for you and I believe in you, but do you realize how much the middle class is suffering right now? We pay taxes, get no handouts, work our jobs, but barely making enough to get by. I work in a tax office and hear every day, how can I owe more tax money when I'm barely making it? I love that you are saving money by getting rid of wasteful spending, but do you realize how bad American people are hurting? People like you and those you know are very wealthy. I don't see how you can all begin to understand typical Americans, us that pay our taxes and vote in elections. We go to the grocery store and come home with little but spent a lot. Housing costs and insurance costs, medical costs are eating us alive. Americans can't handle this much longer. What are you really going to do that helps? Just curious and worried about the future. He does not care, Ava. He doesn't care. The sooner his supporters get it in their brain that he does not give a damn about them, the better. But they won't. They're about to blame Elon. They're going to blame Biden. They're going to blame Obama. They're going to blame somebody except Donald Trump. Donald Trump has no idea what the American public goes through. He's never grocery shopped for himself. He doesn't have to worry about the day-to-day, the ins and outs of living. Why do these people think that Donald Trump cares at all? These Dear Don letters, they're so respectful, but he does not give a damn, Ava. Now we have these tweets from this person named Philip Morris. So first of all, Philip is commenting on End Wokeness. End Wokeness says, woke pastor attacks Trump and Vance to their faces for scaring LGBTQ kids and illegals. I don't know why LGBTQ kids is in quotation marks as if there are no LGBTQ kids. But anyways, Philip Morris says that is dumb. Philip Morris comments on John Rocker's tweet that says, should Anthony Fauci have his Secret Service protection revoked that is costing taxpayers $15 million a year? And Philip Morris says, probably. And he said this on January 23rd. Then on March 20th, it looks like he is trying to get in touch with Donald Trump saying, my investments are tanking and you're giving me anxiety. And then a week later on March 27th saying, I voted for you. My investments are dropping here. You are scaring me as I intended to retire soon. And now it's rough. You're going to be working for a while, Philip Morris. You're going to be working for a while because these tariffs, the mass deportations, the uncertainty in the economy because of Trump and all of his erratic behavior, you're going to be working for a while. So you might as well go buy a pair of bootstraps before your investments completely tank. Get like 2 to 3 pair of bootstraps. Pull them up. Pull your shoulders back and just get to work. Don't have anxiety. Don't be anxious. This is what you voted for. You should be celebrating. Now I want to talk about this woman featured in an article out of the Sun Journal. I'm not going to do this whole article, but it's titled, Early into President Trump's Second Term, Supporters in Maine Say So Far So Good. New polling found near unanimous support for the president among Maine Republicans, although some Trump voters say recent scandals and leaks are giving them some cause for concern. I'm skipping to this woman, Sabrina. Sabrina Potter Williamson volunteers with older adults in Fairfield's community at Victor Grange number 49. She spends her days bringing blankets, food, and supplies to homeowners plagued by rickety staircases and heating problems. The 56-year-old says she wants to support Americans and veterans before illegal immigrants. She agrees with Trump that illegal immigrants need to be deported, just not her sister-in-law, an illegal immigrant from the Philippines living in Massachusetts. I don't want her going back to her country. I agree that taking and trying to get some of the population down and sending the illegal ones that don't want to become legal back. I'm glad that he's pushing that faster. I'm just hoping that our country will start helping our own countrymen for now. So don't hurt my sister-in-law. Hurt those other people over there. That is the type of thinking that these people have. Because of MAGA, because of Trump, we're about to all see across the board increases on everything that we spend money on. But this article from Bloomberg is titled, Trump tells NBC he couldn't care less about auto prices. And keep in mind, it's not just the auto prices. It's not. Because if your car gets into a car accident, auto parts are going to cost more. If you just need work done, auto parts are going to cost more. So that means that auto insurance is also going to cost more. So it's about to be real bad out here if you need the people who sell cars, all of that. Everybody is going to be hurting because of Donald Trump and all of these tariffs. But this article from Bloomberg says, Trump said he couldn't care less if automakers raised car prices in response to the planned tariffs on imported vehicles. Trump was asked in an interview with NBC on Saturday whether he warned foreign automaker chief executives not to raise consumer prices in response to the 25% he plans to impose on their products next week. No, I never said that. I couldn't care less if they raise prices because people are going to buy American cars. I hope they raise their prices because if they do, people are going to buy American-made cars, he said, repeating the phrase, I couldn't care less, 2 more times in his answer. So there you have it. These people don't care. This man doesn't care because why should he have to care? His folks are going to support him regardless. I had to crop this so I could see it better. It says tariffs will hit a $240 billion trade route with imported cars and light trucks accounting for about half of the roughly 16 million vehicles sold in the United States last year. By May 3rd, tariffs will expand to key parts such as engines, transmissions, and electrical systems, with the potential to broaden out further. Parts that comply with rules in the free trade agreement between the United States, Canada, and Mexico will be initially spared from tariffs. So if you need to get a car, if you need to get some work done, you better do it like tomorrow. All right, y'all, let me know what you think about all this. Yo, so here we have a black woman MAGA. She's sitting up here dancing to YMCA with all of her Trump gear. She was happily getting Trump into office. And now I'm about to show you the next video where she's talking about racial issues within the court system. So that is about to be the next video that you see. I'm going to show you a clip.
Stop scrolling real quick. I just need you guys' support in helping to free my son. My son is 23 years old and he is currently facing 21 years of incarceration due to racial injustice. My son was defending himself, and unfortunately, most black and brown people, individuals, whether you are a man or a woman here in Colorado, do not have the right to use self-defense. The judge denied my son's self-defense. Therefore, that same judge sentenced my son to 21 years in prison. Right now, I am fighting to free my son. I have a strong appellate attorney and an attorney team, but right now we just need some support to put the word out there that racial injustice within the black and brown community has gotten out of hand.
The Trump crowd said that there's no racism, so I'm unsure who's going to help this woman out, but y'all definitely needed to see this. Let me know what you think about this story.